Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb. It is Sunday, October 6, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahobb.com. It tells you all about my work, how to schedule an appointment, and all about my upcoming events. If you're here on YouTube, thank you so much. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share if you connect with this podcast today. And I know I'm also on Spotify. And my host for this podcast is Spreaker.com. And if you're listening there, thank you. I also want to remind you I'm on a Facebook business page under Lisa M. Hobb, Spiritual Coach and Media. And I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hobb. I think I've covered all my spots. Thank you. So I have to share with you that this is a re-recording this morning. I'm having an extraordinary weekend a little bit with things. And so I actually spoke for about 36 minutes just now, and none of it except for 1 minute and 30 seconds recorded. So fingers crossed that this is just the second recording for you, and it just gives me an opportunity to do it bigger and better, and I'm okay with that. So today's topic is how to master 60,000 thoughts. I love science. I don't often understand science because my brain is more on the creative side. I use that side, and tapping into source energies. But when I tap into energy, even though I know quantum physics is real and healings happen through meditation, I couldn't tell you all about the atoms and all the other fancy words that scientists can use. But I know that science gives us a lot of proof about the power of meditation, the power of spontaneous healing, the power of creating our lives, and also even my work has been measured. My intuitive work at, I believe it's, and I may have it wrong, but I do believe it's like the University of Arizona, even Harvard, has measured the mind, measured the science that backs up those who, use the term psychic. And so, yes, it's nice to have some scientific backup that proves that it's not just made up or imagination, that there is really an underlying factual factor behind it. So back to these 60,000 thoughts. It was measured. 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Most we are not even aware of, because our eyes and our minds are constantly clicking pictures, putting into our soul's memory, recording, and we're responding to it. And we do it without having a full awareness of it with our naked senses, our eyes and our other senses. It's just happening with us. And so as we live our day and we're often distracted or have a million thoughts about what we need to be doing, when we're feeling stress, when we're getting from point A to point B, we're taking pictures, we're recording, and we're responding. So why do we want to master 60,000 thoughts? Because if you do so, you create your life. You're at the steering wheel. And that's what we're here to learn and do. These are the times that we're in. And a lot of these 60,000 thoughts have the programming that was given to us. That's why they're so consistent and redundant, because we think without awareness, because we feel without awareness a lot of the time. I mean, we acknowledge it. I'm sad today. I'm angry. I'm happy. I don't feel well. I don't have much energy. We will acknowledge, but then we don't realize how much we can do about it. You can actually change things in your life and in the world for the better. You're that powerful. But here's what you first have to do. You have to notice what's the consistent thought. That also cuts into time. Because realistically, I don't think any scientist on this earth expects you to know every single one of your 60,000 thoughts. But again, there's a consistency, there's a redundancy, there's a trend with these thoughts. You're thinking a lot of the same ones over and over and over again. Now, I am very much love to follow the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. That's Dispenza. And while I don't idolize anyone, because we're all human, he does a lot of great work helping people to heal themselves. And he does a great talk. I just saw a talk with him on Tony Robbins' YouTube page, it's about an hour. And I've listened to it twice. And I'm going to listen to it again. And it explains so clearly our thoughts and how we create our day. We get up often with the thoughts of yesterday, what we've already lived through. And then what we don't realize is as we start that day with those past thoughts, that we've now put those past thoughts into our future. And so change doesn't happen through luck, winds, something outside ourselves in our environment. Change can only happen within us through the change of our thoughts, our feelings, and our words. But if we're getting up every day and just reliving our lives like Groundhog's Day, then that change often cannot appear. It just can't. Because what we put out, we get back. And we don't even realize how much we're involved in creating our day with our thoughts. When you get up in the morning, you think, okay, it's time for a shower now. You just created a shower. When you think, okay, it's time to make that cup of coffee, you've now created the cup of coffee. You see, we are that much involved, moment to moment, step by step. So what would you like to create for yourself in your life? And know that you can have it, and that you're worthy of it, and you deserve it, and you're more than enough. Because many times, our thoughts and feelings within ourselves that were given to us by other people will plan our day. I see this often with people that say, that are good people, by the way, are very good people, but they speak from a place of, well, I don't want too much. I just want enough to do this. Others can have it. Well, that's how your life plays out, no matter what that means. It can be abundance in any way. It isn't always about money. But they don't realize they're limiting themselves in that moment because they are taught they shouldn't want too much. And then there are people that are taught they shouldn't want too much, that resent others for having a lot. They might, I just saw this. I just saw there's so many biases coming out. I've worked hard my whole life, but someone else has more. Yes, you have worked hard your whole life. But if you're looking, and you should have all that you would want, but if you're looking at another with jealousy and envy, or any biases, that their hard work paid off for them more, then that will limit you. Because there's enough to go around for everybody. And when we have jealousy or envy or biases in any way towards another, it's going to stagnate and limit what comes into us. So want the all for everyone. Want everyone, even if you're not a fan of theirs, to have infinite resources. Because the more that you're grateful for what others have and grateful for what you have, and the more you cheer on other people in a positive way, the more that will come around to you. Positive, positive. And you can't fake positive. You have to feel it inside. You can't say it's all good when you're feeling it's not all good. Now, sometimes we don't feel it. It's always, yes, it is good to speak about it. It's always good to speak positively. But if you're on a long time of faking and just talking and not feeling it, well, feeling, emotions are the greatest manifester. So you're still going to get back what you feel, even if you're talking a good game. So back to these thoughts. You're going to have a trend. Watch it. Does it just thoughts, or does it slip out in words that you say? A good one that people can often use, and I hear it, and I don't align with it, but I've heard it. I wish I could, but I can't afford it. Yes, you can. Change that wording to, I am in the process of affording it. I don't know how it may come about, but I am open to trying. I am open to the process. I believe it can work out. I am in the process of wealth. And if you feel very empowered and very positive and very abundant, I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am prosperous. When you say can't, the universe doesn't go, oh, but you're such a great person, you deserve to do that, or you deserve to go. I'm going to give you a way to do it. The universe only responds to what you put out. It doesn't have an emotional factor. It doesn't play favorites. It's only responding to energy because it's energy. So the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So the only way to change the energy in your life is to change the energy within you. If you're noticing lack in any way, whether it be in relationships, finances, love, you will continue to get lack of it. Again, energy doesn't understand, doesn't play favorites, doesn't see you, doesn't judge you. Humans judge humans. Energy does not judge. So it can only give you what you give it, and it loves to multiply it. So you will say, I want this, but I feel like I have lack, so I shouldn't let myself have it. Universe says, okay, I hear you and I give you back what you just requested. When it comes to relationships, if there is one or more relationships in your life that's not what you want, you can only change the energy of it by changing what's inside you. Send it positive. Send it understanding, acceptance. You do it energetically. If it's a child or a spouse or a parent or a sibling, you send them forgiveness, you send them love. And you do it through energy, a flow that goes to them. It's like a Cupid's arrow. It hits them in the backside and then explodes in them. And you reach their higher consciousness in that moment. And you get the best they can possibly give you, even if it's not in your feelings still enough. But a lot of the time, it promotes healing. If you're in your life right now and you want love, but you don't have it, don't look for it. Don't wait for it. Don't worry about it, because that's lack feeling. Or as it's called often, lack mentality. Feel the feelings of self-love in a warm and fuzzy, and the love of just the feeling of already having the love that you're looking for. Be content. Be giddy. Be joyful. And the physical representation of that love will appear. When it comes to wealth, same thing. You can't be wealthy if you don't feel wealthy. You have to feel abundant. Count your blessings. Be grateful. Yesterday I had a day. Well, I had a little moment in a day. It was an overall wonderful day. And I noticed my thoughts went downward. It started out with, now I am my own project. It started out with a minimal amount of income being accidentally not received. It was unintentional. Then I fell in my front door. Now I just walked through Europe, and I didn't fall, trip, hurt myself. I had a great, mobile, safe, wonderful trip, plenty of energy, very happy with that. Then I come home and I trip in the door. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Then after that, I saw what I thought might happen with the Phillies game, the baseball game I was watching. So I had 3 things happen in a short amount of time, and I noticed my thoughts. I started to get really like a negative Nelly, especially about the game. Because I was like, this is what's going to happen, and then it happened. But you notice what I did there? This is what's going to happen, and then it happened. Now, you cannot change the will of another person unless they want their will to change. So I am not saying necessarily that my expectation about the game is what made the game happen the way it did, where there was a loss. However, if my expectation of the game was the same as perhaps 60,000 fans of the game or more, the team may have felt that. And it's not our fault because they're in charge of their own wills. But if the team feels that and their wills are open, we're all contributing to a loss. As on the opposite side, consciousness can contribute to a win. That's why home field advantage usually is so important. Because of the energy. Energy rules everything. So when I saw the little downslide of my negative Nelly self of like, see that? Ouch, I'm still feeling this, By the way, the other part, the unintentional financial part, through a short amount of time, that was very much let go of. And then, yes, prosperity came later because I changed it around. Okay, I gotta snap out of this. I don't like these thoughts I'm having. Just this. I'm talking too negatively over and over again. I'm no fun. So notice how you're speaking, even if the environment gives you some fact that says that you're right in how you feel. Even if you're right in how you feel, you still can change your environment. You still can change things for the better. You have that much power, that much control. So notice your trend. I noticed for me, like every few minutes, I was saying the same thing. If you're saying the same thing and it's not the outcome you want, you have to change it. You have to. Even if it ends up, let's say it is about a baseball game. Even if it ends up not turning out the way you want, you didn't take a part in it. Because your thoughts and your beliefs and your feelings and perceptions were empowering and positive. When you have that ongoing trend of higher consciousness thoughts and energy, feelings, beliefs, the overall trend of your life has to be that way as well. no matter what. And things may look sometimes like they're not working in your favor, but sometimes things are masked, and they are, often actually. So you have to stay with it. Stay on the downstream in that canoe ride. Allow yourself to flow into things working out in your life. And the miracles happen. I've had it happen to me where everything changes magically for the better in one moment. And also, I want you to notice your thoughts because, again, thoughts are mostly from the past. You have a memory come up, and then you have thoughts about it. When you have memories come up that aren't positive, and you start to have negative feelings, revise, change. See that person apologizing. See things harmonious and working out. And you can tell yourself, sure, it's in your imagination. But the imagination is fueled by energy. And that's its own form of time travel. It's all right to do that within your own mind. And I'm about to say this to you, and it's true. Yes, talk positively. Yes, feel positively. Believe in yourself. Work on your ideal life. But watch talking about it. Because the best laid plans are thrown aside by other people's opinions, by their own biases, by their own lack of belief, by their own mindset. So you don't want to have someone who doesn't think it's possible hearing about what you're making probable. You hear me? People love to say, oh, that can never occur. I remember a long time ago now, over a decade ago, I told a client, and I don't remember a lot. I don't remember their name. I don't remember a large part of their appointment. It's not possible because I'm so in the moment, but I remember this. I told them that their same-sex union, that they would get married. And they said, that's not possible. That's never going to happen. They laughed at me. And I told them that that was going to happen within a few years. It was much more than a decade ago, by the way. And it would happen within a few years. And they laughed harder. Now, I don't know if they ever got married, but I know that at some point within that few years they were given the right to. Just because you don't believe it doesn't mean it's not possible. Just because someone else doesn't believe it doesn't mean it's not possible. Mass consciousness created that opportunity. It wanted it. And it was strong enough to come into their path, to come into the path of others. It was that strong. So group prayer, mass consciousness is very powerful, but so are you with your ideal life, with your single life, your independent life. What do you most want to create today? Watch your thoughts. If they do not support it, they have to change. They have to. I am of the knowing. I'm going to pull it off somehow, some way. If I really, really want it. And if I don't really, really want it, I won't. It's really that simple. So what do you most want? You have the power of your thoughts and your feelings and your words to bring it to you. Dr. Joe Dispenza just gave a wonderful talk on Tony Robbins. Well, actually, it was a talk from, I feel 2017, but I just found it on YouTube under Tony Robbins' YouTube page. And he spoke about when we really want something, we will often get it. If we want a home, we'll work really hard for it and we'll get the 30-year mortgage, and then at some point we'll be able to pay it off. And there's things that, yes, hard work, determination, and focusing can get us. But what he made a point about that I'm making with you is that we often wait for things to see them because we think we have to work hard for it. And yes, inspired action is involved. But the home can be gotten sooner. It doesn't have to be just saved up for. The universe is waiting for instructions. What you put out, you get back. Feel and see yourself in an ideal home. You feel financially free in it. It has all the rooms you would want, all the bathrooms that you would love, the beautiful yard, all the colors, all the sensations. The universe will find a way to get it to you sooner, because that's its job. But we're often of a mindset of, I have to work hard for the money. It has to be action-wise, often almost like a force. Work as a team member. Do your savings while visualizing, while believing it's already yours. Happily earn your income while visualizing, meditating, knowing and feeling it's yours. Watch it come sooner in ways that you won't expect. Because if you expect it, it's your old life. It's your past. It's not what you've created anew. The universe, when it's giving us something new that we've been manifesting, will always do it in the most unexpected way. You often don't see it coming. Allow it to help you like a magician, like an alchemist. Allow it to heal. Allow it to line up. Allow it to be your assistant. You do your part, and it does its part. I remember when The Secret came out in 2007. Really good movie, though, it has layers. The law of attraction, manifestation, visualization. But this was a good kind of start vehicle to getting started, basically and happily on manifesting. And one of the teachers said, you don't manifest just by sitting on your couch. You have to get up off the couch too. So you are a player in your own life. You are actually the leader in your own life. You're in charge. You're in control. You cannot control others, but you can control you. And yes, sometimes it overflows out to others and they are changed for the better. But this is about you and really being at that steering wheel of your life. So notice the trend, grab it, reverse. And say your affirmations. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am healthy. I am in ideal relationships. I am making new friends all the time. Whatever you most want to have. I am healed. I am healthy. I'm cured. I know people that want a cure, but don't believe in a cure. Don't trust. Don't have faith. You've got to have the faith. You've got to have the hope. You've got to have the belief. If you don't, then nothing can change in your environment. It will only stay the same. There is no outside element that's going to come and save you. It's only responding to what you put out. And remember, it makes no judgment. It doesn't have a bias. It isn't human. It is energy. Like attracts like. If you are entering a sweepstakes and you fully believe that you're a winner of that sweepstakes, you're going to win. But you got to fully know it. It's like it's a part of you. You're surprised if you don't get something. You can't believe it. And it's not and it has, again, it has nothing to do, because I hear this so often, nothing to do with how good you are. You know, it doesn't make that judgment. Because sometimes those who are not the greatest people are also the wealthiest. It doesn't mean, though, watch your belief system, that all the wealthiest are awful. Because some people believe that. Money is the root of all evil. It's only the root of all evil if you choose for it to be and you live in that belief. Money is just a symbol of abundance. It's just one of the symbols. Just like someone bringing food to your door is one of the symbols. Like a break at the store is one of the symbols of any form of abundance is abundance. And don't, please, again, think that you're a better person if you go without. Well, how are you going to serve others if you don't have? Don't you want to serve more? You do. The more you have, the more you can give. And don't you think that heaven would want that? Of course. So watch what you were taught. Watch what was passed down to you. Because oftentimes they're blocks and they're consistent thoughts. My mother told me, my father told me. I've heard people say this. They were right. Your circumstances have shown you they were right because you expect and thought they were right. What we believe, we get. What we are, we receive. Watch it, those thoughts. Because if you can master 60,000 thoughts just by going to what most of them are in the trend, if you can change them in the moment, you have to give yourself a better life. It's natural law, just like gravity. It's set up like that. It's amazing. And it's positive and it can be fun. Because when you see what you're doing for yourself and what you're able to do for others, that's just the best. Wow, I've done it. And it may take you minutes, days, months, years. But I did it. I never gave up, and it happened. Wow. And you have to sometimes have that faith and that patience and not give up. And if you don't, and you do your visualizations, your meditations, your affirmations every single day, you're going to get something. It's just the way it is. As long as you are doing it in such a way that that which is more powerful is predominant in a positive way, rather than having your blocks rule. And your blocks rule when we're on autopilot, where we're not realizing that we're thinking the same thoughts every day and just living out our lives. Because you get up every day having the thoughts of yesterday. Oh, here I go again. Back to that, doing that. Same thing I did yesterday. Hoping for retirement, hoping for maybe a coworker will go, hoping for maybe a promotion, but thinking from the past. It's time to think and to feel and speak of the present, creating the future. That is the key. And making sure to milk the gratitude, love, blessings as you go along being so assured of it that you cannot doubt it. All that you would ask for. You're worth it. You deserve it. You're going to be all right. Thank you for joining me today. Fingers crossed that you will hear this recording. And once again, if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. You're welcome to leave comments. And if you have any ideas for a podcast coming up, please email me at serenityharbor@verizon.net. Check out the website at lisahopp.com. Like, follow on the Facebook business page under Lisa M. Hopp. And I'm on Instagram, and I do try to post most days, Monday through Friday, spiritual messages. And I'm going to add content to that in the future. I am arranging my schedule in such a way coming up where I can give more time to creative projects. Because it's not just about working hard. And that's a block within me, good listeners. In that I have a 6 to 8 week wait. People are booking in December now. And that bothers me. Because it bothers them sometimes. Yet I have peers that have a year wait or more. But when I want to make time for a creative project, I can feel the guilt of it. Somebody's not having an appointment right now if I do that. The thing is, it's my own blocks about having to work hard and not, it's all right to take time. Watch what's given to you from the past. It's not their fault they gave it to you. They dropped down what they believed. But it is okay to live your life the way that you would want it. It's okay to understand. It's okay for me to understand that I work hard. I'm tired sometimes, but it's not a complaint. It's all right for me to be more balanced. That I don't have to have approval from. It doesn't make, well, I don't want to say approval, but it doesn't make me change as a person if I want to take a half a day to do a creative project. No, it's okay to have that balance. So watch the blocks. Watch your thoughts about it, because your blocks and your thoughts from the past are creating your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, many blessings.